Check 1, 2.
Go! Curious about real estate? Yes! Then you've come to the right place. Get the knowledge you need. Get over the fear and get started. This is the Michael Quarles Real Estate Show with your host, Michael Quarles.
Hello, everybody. Michael Quarles with Podcast 44. Man, we're getting close to 50. That's going to be an exciting day. Question number one, and these questions are from real estate investors like yourselves. All you have to do to get your question asked and answered is send it to support@bsffacademy.com. Again, support@bsffacademy.com. Question number one, here we go. How is an investor able to have a realtor list a property on the MLS if you have not yet closed the escrow? And I'm assuming they mean close the escrow on the purchase. And in some areas, escrow is the closing, so actually means owning the property. Great question. And it was the wisdom of the National Association of Realtors who created the MLS guidelines. And inside of the guidelines of the National Association of Realtors who mandate the MLSs, they said that the seller must authorize the insertion of the property into the MLS. They clearly did not say the owner of record or the constructive noticed owner. And when we enter a contract with the seller of the property, and our contract has the exclusive rights to buy, so that's not an option contract, so they don't have the right to sell it to somebody else. When they relinquish the rights, they turn over the seller rights in our contract to us. That gives us what we call equitable interest. It also makes us now the seller, because we are now the only party who can absolutely sell that property unless within our agreement we say we can't. And we agree to that. We wouldn't want to do that in our agreement, and so we don't. So again, when the owner of the property, we're going to call them the seller, they sell us their property. The moment they do that, and our contract doesn't allow them to continue to sell it to somebody else, then they relinquish the seller rights and they give us those rights. We become the seller. We now can insert it in the MLS. Now, I take it one step further, people. I actually put a paragraph in my agreement. My 9-page agreement's full of all kinds of great paragraphs, and this is just one of them. It is letting the seller know, and they're agreeing to it in advance and giving me, although I don't have to have them give it to me, I'm just doing one more thing, one more step to make everybody nicey nice. They're giving me the right and agreeing to the right to insert the property in the multiple listing service, place a for sale sign on it, and advertise it any other way I want. I'm very open and honest. I don't care if they get frustrated and say, Mike, you're going to make a horrible amount of money in my house when you flip it. And I tell them I am, because it says I'm going to make a huge amount of profit flipping your house. People, we just have to be honest. But that's how we can do this stuff, because we have that legal right to do it. And then we have other agreements in place that says we can do it as well. Great question. Question number two, at what point does the investor actually own the property? Well, that's a great question. It's at the point of that deed being recorded. So a warranty deed or a grant deed or whatever kind of deed you want to use. And it says your name, your LLC, your corporation, and those LLCs, corps are something that you control. So the moment that that's recorded, now you have equitable interest the moment you sign and have the right to buy. And that equitable interest expires on the day that you no longer have the right to buy. But during the right to buy, you have equitable interest, but you just don't have constructive notice ownership. Constructive notice is when you've recorded something and it's available for the world to see, kind of thing. So, the moment the deed's actually recorded.
Thanks for listening to Buy, Sell, Fix, Flip. We'll be right back. Are you running out of leads? It's time you tried Yellow Letters at yellowletters.com. Get motivated seller leads through yellow letters, postcards, zip letters, typed professional letters, greeting cards, door hangers, and business cards. Yellow Letters is a full-service marketing company created with your success in mind. Get the personal attention you need to get your direct mail campaign started and get in touch at yellowletters.com.
And we are back in 3, 2, 1.
Question number 3. When does the investor actually start making payments on a sub-2 owner finance transaction? Well, that depends on the negotiation. Most of the time, it's going to be 30 days later. Sometimes you can require that the seller that you bought the property from, if they were so tight, so close, sometimes the money doesn't make sense. You could actually have them continue to make the payments. So, buying a property. Maybe I want to buy this property for 65 cents on the dollar, but they owe 67 cents on the dollar. So maybe in that situation, I'm going to ask the seller to make the next 3 mortgage payments, which is completely fine. There's nothing wrong with it. But you have to choose what you want to do and have that orchestrated within your contract. Because whatever's in your contract, you adhere to. So if you don't have any of those special clauses in your agreement, then you're going to have payments that start whenever the payments start. And that is just what it is. Okay? Question number 4. If wholetailing is the preferred method of selling our deals, wouldn't spending all the time building cash buyers list as traditionally taught by wholesaling gurus be a waste of time? My hands are sore. I have to quit clapping. That was an excellent observation. Why do we need a buyer's list? Why? Why do we need a buyer's list? Do you know what a buyer's list is going to cause us to do? Not have more sellers. A buyer costs me 6%. That's all a buyer costs me. A seller, I'm going to make 40%. Why do I want to play with buyers? Let agents do that. That's what they're trained to do. They enjoy putting people in their cars and driving them around town and buying them Cokes and lunches and being the nicey nice stuff. By all means, our job is one job only, and that is to find a seller who wants to sell their house at a highly reduced price. Find that seller, contract that seller, put it on the MLS where the buyers go, and let agents sell that house for you. It's so much easier. Man, I got to clap again. That was an excellent observation. Man. Question number 5. Should we try to build a list of landlords, buy and hold investors? Well, we do build a list of that. We're advertising to the main group, which is out-of-state absentee owners, which is another way of saying landlords and buy and hold investors. So we already have those lists. We have them out of town, in town, we're all over town. So we have them. That's who we're marketing to. So that one, pretty simple question, pretty easy answer. But man, some of these questions are just friggin' awesome. You know what else is awesome? Here I go again. Just this last weekend, I only had like 18 reviews on my iTunes. And I have like 22 reviews now. Oh my God. Thank you so much. Guys, this is so much fun. Till next time. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the Michael Quarles Real Estate Show. Get more info and stay in touch at michaelquarles.com.